Right, this video is going to summarize adding public pages which use the database. So one of the first steps is to add these public pages into the menu, the main menu, the layout page. So there was a home and a privacy page. There's now a home, an explore, a library and a my account. That's what we're aiming at, these extra pages. So I'm going to look at the explore page. So we put a link in there, and then what we've done is we have gone and in the pages, because this is radio pages, in the pages folder we've added, right-clicked, add a new razor page, an empty razor page, and called it explore.cshtml. This team already have a staff layout page, and you can see that when we run it, there is the public menu, Explore, Library, My Account. Down here there's a link to the staff portal, and that's a different layout page which has people, movies, orders and reviews in it. These pages should not be accessible without logging in. I'll cope with that later. But these are the CRUD pages. There's people, there's movies, orders and reviews. So they've done all the CRUD pages, and you have to get back to the home page here, and there's the public pages. I put a little search bar in here which doesn't work yet, but that search is just down there, just an input type text at the moment. Okay, now because they've done the CRUD pages, they already know how to display a list of movies, because it's in the movies index page. So if you look at the movies index page and the code behind file, what I've done is copied all the contents of this index page model, copied those and have pasted them into the empty layout page. Sorry, the empty explore page. So here's explore, and that's the content that's been pasted. It doesn't need any changing, it's using the database context. Oh yeah, that name needed changing because that is the constructor of that class. It was index model, it's now explore model. But otherwise it has a list of movies, and the only thing some of these usings had to be added to get this to compile. So this is an explore page now which has a list of movies in it. The next thing I did for the explore page was to copy something I did with another team. And I put it in the wiki here. It's down here. Instead of displaying all the video games or movies as a table, this displays them as bootstrap cards. So I've copied that, pasted that into the explore page, and just change some of the names. So it's obviously Blockbuster Movies now, And there's a little integer up here called column number. I suppose we should do column number. I shouldn't abbreviate, should I? That should be column number, really. And if you wanted 3 cards or 3 movies across a row, the column number counts which column we're in. So it starts at column number 0, and each time around the loop the column number is increased. When it gets to 3, this bit here puts an end div and starts a new row. That's the difficult bit to find, this A colon. Without that A colon it won't compile. And then here we put a card, and here's where we're using the item, which is a movie. That is content location. I think I'd rather call that image URL myself, but that's what they've called it. So that's where your image is. So you must make sure that your images are in the www root folder and in images folder, and you can just add them. At the moment there's only one movie there at the moment. So this looks at the items we're displaying and looks for the image URL and is going to display it. Then we're going to display the item's title, the item's description, etc. And then there's a button to view the movie, although the link doesn't go anywhere yet. And if you run that, it looks like that. Each of these is a card. You'll notice if your descriptions are different lengths, it's all going to look a bit out of alignment, really. There are ways to sort that out, but I'm going to leave those kind of things up to you, these little things. Same with titles. If title's too long, it'll fold over. But at least we've now got movies, and the user can select a movie, although selecting the movie does nothing as yet. What I didn't show you was they didn't have their image names in the seeded data, and I've just gone and added them manually by opening the database table and typing these in for the moment. But do remember, if you do any manual editing of a database table and then you drop the database, that data will be lost. So if you do add your images at a later stage, you can put the names into the database directly like that, but you also need to update your database initializer so that, here look, that was all there was in the database in terms of an image URL. Don't know quite why it was just a current location, but anyway, so that should be image URL, and that needs updating so that if you do have to drop the database, you will be able to reseed it and the information won't be lost. And the images need to be added all here first as well. Get that to work.